Hello guys, this is a GBPUSD trade recap. I took this trade on 11th of June 2025. This was CPI day. I made 50 pips and this is just a trade recap on how I got about it. So first of all, we start with this is GBPUSD. My weekly bias for this week was bullish. So we did a weekly outlook on Sunday. I did a video on that and you were expecting bullish price action. So what do I do if I'm bullish? What I do, I want to see price going to a higher time frame PDRA, then respecting that PDRA that is in line with my bias in this case, which is bullish. So on the daily time frame, which is my higher time frame, we have this order block here. So this candlestick here is Tuesday and this candlestick here is Monday. So which means when we started the week, this is what we printed on Monday. On Tuesday, price came and tagged our higher time frame PDRA. In this case, it is what? This order block. And this is a bullish order block, which is in line with my bullish bias. So now you can see this is a Fibonacci. I have 0, 0.5, and 1. I don't normally mark this Fibonacci because I did not want to see this Tuesday candle closing with a body below the 50%, and that is why I had it here. But you can see it, we had a beautiful move on Tuesday. Price just wicked to the 50% and then we closed above the order block. We did not even close inside the order block. That is beautiful. We like to see such things. We like to see price behave that way when it tags our higher time frame PDRA. So because already price tagged our higher time frame PDRA and closed on yesterday, so today we are now clear to look for reversal pattern, because remember we want to see price reversing because this is bearish move. We want to see price tags getting support here and we reverse, we start going up. So we move to the lower time frame. So the daily time frame, which is a higher time frame, the lower time frame is 1 hour. So now what do? We move to the 1 hour. And when you move to the 1 hour, for us to confirm that price has respected that higher time frame PDRA, on our lower time frame, we want to see liquidity sweep, we want to see change in state of delivery, and we want to see market structure shift. Not every reversal will give you change in state of delivery. However, you should always see market structure shift where you expect to see a reversal. And this is most of the time when price tags our higher time frame key level. So which means we move to the 1 hour. So this is the 1 hour. You can see we had this is our daily order block line here. We made a lower low, we retraced, and then made a lower low. So us just making a lower low when price is dipping or tagging our higher time frame PDRA, already this is liquidity sweep. So we've taken out this sell side liquidity. That's the number one. Then we had this candlestick closing above this bearish candlestick. So that is what? That is change in state of delivery. So change in state of delivery, you're marking where? At the body of this candlestick, this bearish candlestick. Then also we have market structure shift. Market structure shift happens just at the wicks, at the top. That is where market structure shift happens. You can use this 1 hour for entry because literally that is just our entry model. Liquidity sweep, market structure shift, or change in state of delivery. So you can have your entry on any PDRA here. Maybe this fair value gap here, or you can use this change instead of delivery for entry. You have your stop loss down here and you take profit up there. But because I'm an intraday trader, I cannot take my trades using the 1 hour time frame. And then of course, I was expecting CPI news release at 8:30 a.m. New York time. So of course, I was not in a hurry to get in a trade at this point here. So because already I've confirmed that price has respected or is respecting my higher time frame PDRA and we are ready to reverse, I decided to use now the 4 hour to look for any PDRA in line with my bias, which means I'm looking for any bullish PDRA where price is at the moment. And if you move to the 4 hour time frame, this is what you see. So this is price tagging the 1 hour. We had that low, then we had that. Then we had this bullish move up. You can see this bullish candle here closed above this bearish candlestick. So what does this form? This forms an order block. So this is a bullish order block. So once price formed that order block, we have this other 4 hour. So this 4 hour candle is the one that has tagged our order block. Remember when you mark your PDRAs, you want to see price tagging it. So the candle, you have to wait for the candle that tags your PDRA to close. So in this case here, because Price has tagged my 4-hour order block. I'm not going to move to the lower time frame to look for entry. I will wait for this candlestick that tagged the time frame, the PDRA to close. So in this case here, we have 35 minutes left. 35 minutes, 29 minutes left. 35 minutes, 29 seconds left before our candlestick closes. Remember, we have news at 8:30 a.m. So which means that the next 4-hour candlestick opens at 9 a.m. So which is good, which means I'm going to now look for my entry on the 9 a.m. candlestick, the next candlestick that forms, which also happens to be just after the CPI news has been released. So here you can see the time. What is the time here? It's 8:24. So which means at this point here, we only have like 6 minutes left before CPI news is released when I was taking this screenshot. So let's move to now and see what happened. So at 9, the moment we got to 9, of course, CPI news was released, and this is what CPI news did. And then, of course, at 9, a new candlestick opened. At this point here, what's the time? It's 9:07. So when I took the screenshot, it's 9:07. So which means at this point, I'm ready. I'm clear to look for my entry on the lower time frame. And because my higher time frame was 4 hour, lower time frame is 15 minutes. So in the 15 minutes, I'm good to look for my entry. What are my entry criteria? I need to see liquidity sweep. Already we did liquidity sweep here. We had liquidity sweep here. London took out Asia low. We need to see market structure shift. Already market structure shift happened here. Even here, we even had another higher high when you closed above this. If you were to see, you to use this for market structure shift. Already we had all that happening. We even closed above this Asia high. So we are clear to look for entry. So now once we get that, we need to look for any PDRA that you can use for entry. So because CPI caused this huge fair value gap, I'm not going to look for my entry up here. I need first of all to see price retrace to my fair value gap. And because this fair value gap is huge, if you were saying you're putting your entry here, you're going to have a very huge stop loss. So to avoid that, just use a Fibonacci. You mark 0, 0.5, and 1. Then the midpoint is where you can put your buy limit. So in this case for me here, I put my buy limit here. This was what time? This was 9 or 7 a.m. Then let's see what happened. And there you go. You can see I was tagged. And then what time is it now? It's 10:23 a.m. New York time. All this is New York time. So you can see price already tagged me and I'm already in the trade. Remember now, this is the 4-hour candle that opened at 9. So that is the 4-hour candle that is pushing us up. So there we go. And you can see at exactly 13:37, which is 1:37 p.m. New York time, that is when my TP was hit and I was done with the trade.